Parceros. Welcome to the Parceros Take, episode 33, featuring Andy Deossa. Parceros, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel where we talk all things La Selección Colombia. That crazy match that happened on Friday. We're going to analyze that match. First impression of the lineup.
Crazy.
Tale of two halves. Una locura. And we're going to be talking
Una cosa
about
de locos. Una cosa de locos.
the match against Romania. Parceros, thank you for tuning in. Como vamos? Remember, this chat is interactive, bro. So comment whatever you
Antonio
want.
Rodriguez already started, bro. I'm ready for the hammer slander. It's coming. Oh, it's coming. No, parceros. La buena, el parcero Dani checking in. You already know. Excited to be back to talk Colombian footy with our guest. He's not our guest anymore. Andy Deossa. Talk to us, bro. What's going on with that jersey?
Hola, Casa Papi. You know, I had to bring out my best for today. Little Everton classic right here. Remembering the good old days from my lad James when he, I guess, was still a good soccer player, according to some people. According to other people, he was washed way before them. But here we are once again, 2024, talking about James Rodriguez being the best player.
Pero muchachos, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, chat is interactive. We want to hear your commentary. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the James slander? What do you guys think about Andy's jersey? What do you guys think about the LAFC jersey that Danny's got on?
It's clean, bro. I'm
You
telling
got a
you,
twist on the back or no?
Nah. Parce, no hay que meterle tanto. No hay que meterle tanta vaina de eso. Yo, you know the mentiras MLS jersey is expensive for no reason. Pero no, mentira. Nah, but yeah, let's talk. What do you guys think? I think if you look at the game, if we go right in, bro, and we analyze the game, like you said, it's a tale of two halves, right? So talk to us. Andy, how'd you see the team coming out with the lineup?
Yo, I actually liked the lineup when I saw it. I was like, wow, like he actually went with Casierra up top. I was happy to see Carrascal initially in that lineup. The back four is kind of what we expected. I told you guys on the prior episode, I'm actually a fan of Mojica. So I like that. Castaño with Lerma worked. Like I thought the lineup, it surprised me a little bit that he went with it, but I actually enjoyed when I saw it. I was like, this is a pretty solid squad, and I liked it for sure. Initially, at least.
Yeah, I agree.
It's what we predicted pretty much. Besides Carrascal in the middle, I thought it was gonna be James coming out, full, guns blazing, Nestor Lorenzo. But Mojica, Andy's a big fan. I'm not a fan. I was slandering him during those first 45 minutes that we did little watch party on YouTube. He was shaking the back, but yeah, I mean, this is what we came out with. We looked super uninspiring. And I didn't think it was going to be that way in the first half. Danny.
Yeah, I think the first half was pretty much the battle of the midfield. And as you could tell, Spain, I mean, they destroyed us in the midfield. I mean, first of all, offensively, when they had the ball, I mean, they were running triangles. No, you say circles. Triangles around us. Uy, yo le pego a perro. And then, what's it called? Defensively, we had zero space to breathe. And it's like we could never grab the ball and make a pass. It was always either backwards, but forward, it was impossible. And we always had three of their players around us, and we couldn't do anything about it. So I think that's my analysis of the first half. I think our defense was solid. I know we said a lot of Mojica's slander, kind of like, he's iffy, all he does is run. Yo, he didn't play bad. I think it showed like que está en buena forma. I think he's in good form. I don't think he played that bad. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
Collectively, I think entró duro. He won some headers. I mean, going forward, no one was doing it. But as far as the back line, they were solid. Like, look, me Cuesta, I was never scared. Vargas, never scared. From the guys up front, man, Carrascal, bro. I think that's one of the guys that, me dejó aburrido, because those are the type of opportunities that you cannot, you got to take advantage of. Even if it's hard, uno tiene que mostrar, uno tiene que mostrar garra, whether it's defensively, whether it's carrying the ball, whether it's asking for the ball. And he tried to do it like once or twice coming down, but it wasn't effective at all.
I was telling Ron in the first half, like, Spain's touches with the ball were so purposeful every time. Like, the ball was connecting. I don't know what their passing accuracy was, but every pass connected. Like it was foot to foot, like you said, triangles. It was almost like them practicing, and Colombia wasn't even on the field. That said, to your point, defensively, Colombia did a pretty good job sustaining all of that. Like I told Ron, están dominando el partido in the first half for sure, without a doubt. We were not really out there, but Spain was also not that threatening, if that makes sense. Like they were dominating, they were purposeful with the ball, they were moving the right way, but I was never like, oh man, they're about to score. Like they had a few good chances, but I think Colombia sustained, which is a very good sign defensively that they were able to kind of make that possession be not really useful. And I know that's the stat that nowadays is criticized all the time because possession doesn't really equate to anything if you can't score at the end of the day. But yeah, like Spain ran circles around Colombia in that first half, and the fact that Colombia was able to kind of sustain that and not do anything offensively and still kind of take the pressure for those first 45 minutes was impressive for me.
No, that those first 45, bro, estaban muy aburridos con Orrea. Yo, we were bored as hell, bro. Spain, like you say, and it speaks to like their formation from their kids to now that they're pros. In Spain, just they're so technical with every touch, purposeful. They really just have a system they implement at a young age that they carry out through their development into their professional careers. So you notice that in the first half quickly, and people like Carrascal, who we thought could be difference makers, like Danny said, would not show up, would not be open, kind of would hide from the ball, wouldn't carry. For Colombia has like this toxic trait that siempre someone has to put the team on their shoulder, right? Like either it's James, who's of course, Cuadrado, whoever has been that go-to guy, but it's not like an even distribution of power throughout the.
Bro, it's been Lucho. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No, the thing about the first half that like Danny kind of alluded to as well was there just was no cohesion in the midfield, bro. Like Spain wasn't giving them space, but nobody was willingly trying to go back and get the ball. Like I was saying on the watch thing we were doing on YouTube, the left side of the field was so stacked up because everybody knows that that's where Colombia's going to attack from, that the right side was wide open. And that's why we made the joke at halftime. Like Dani Munoz was out there doing cardio because the dude like had the whole field to himself. And when he was running into the box, and we saw that at the end, it came through, but he was open every time he had to run. Like it was him and Green, bro. Everybody was staying on one side. And it's just funny because I'm like, yo, what's going on? We have no cohesion in the midfield and we got a wide open right. Like, why are we not sending somebody running? Like, why is it the right back? And I was like, yo, he has to be exhausted, bro. Like he was just up and down the whole time. And then defensively it was lacking because every time Spain was attacking, the left was open for them and they kept going out that way. So it goes back to what we've been talking about, how the right side, it gets rendered irrelevant for Colombia too much. And I don't like that. I'm glad that the goal came from that side at the end of the day. But it's definitely not a good recipe for success.
You saw the Munoz's positioning in his goal. Like when James received the ball, Munoz was literally
in the back line
of our 18. And
he was at the back line.
80 yards to score that, bro. It's crazy. Like you said, he had that lane wide open, and Lucho finally found him in the second half. But un saludito allá al parcero Diego. Hello at Andy's jersey.
Boy.
Parcero.
Y a los parceros en el chat, Diego, Andrés, ¿cómo va, muchachos?
Andrés mentions Castaño's form dipping a bit. I didn't think necessarily. It was kind of like if the way you judge Castaño's performance is the same way that you would judge Casierra's performance. You got to take it with a grain of salt because they're doing a job. I mean, Castaño wasn't really losing the ball much, but he also wasn't creating anything. And his role was to disrupt the attack. And there was really nobody was doing anything. And same thing with Casierra, bro. Like, you can't blame Casierra for a bad performance when he's not getting the ball. He had one ball and he got it on goal. He got it on target. You know what I mean? So it's tough to judge those players.
I don't know.
However,
I kind of disagree because you saw the improvement once you put Arias in that role where Castaño is.
No, Lerma won in that role, bro. Castaño is a number 5. And if you think about it, if we're gonna go into the second half and the adjustments that he made, like what was the adjustments that you guys saw from Nestor Lorenzo in the middle, which to me was the key of unlocking the game.
I know the key that unlocked the game was put the player that you need out there, bro. Yeah, because
that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough.
To me,
it wasn't just James. James was part of unlocking the game, but it wasn't just James.
To me, is once again the point of in the first half, there was no cohesion in the midfield, like I said. So what do you have to do? You have to change that line, and you have to change the players, right? You bring in James, you bring in, like Andres mentions, you bring in Rios, who came in really well, and you have a team that's moving differently because the formation changed maybe a little bit, and you have James that I wanted to count how many times James was in the defensive end going back to get the ball. Like, it was come back and get the ball because nobody in the first half was doing that. And once again, you need a player that's going to ponerse el equipo en los hombros, like they mentioned with Carrascal. Carrascal never tracked back once to go get that ball. When James started doing that, started el partido. Simple as that.
Talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. I think that's the adjustments that Nestor Lorenzo has to make. We were getting destroyed in the middle, so what did he do? He added bodies to the middle. But not just any bodies. He added bodies that knew how to play and reduce spaces. He put Arias has to play in the middle, bro. Like, that guy, now we know, like, on the wide, he's good. But for Colombia, he has to play in the middle because he gives us the ability to come out and play offensively. And defensively, he's the help that Lucho needs in order for Lucho to just let him loose, cut him loose up top. He also put Rios, another player that could play in reduced space, and then he takes out Castaño and gets Lerma does the dirty work. On top of that, he brings down James. And that's the key, bro. That's the key to me. It's you literally added players that could play in reduced spaces, and you're bringing out bodies and, like, with James, can also play quick, can also turn up player, create space in that middle, drawing the Spanish defenders to play that long ball. To me, it was an adjustment, man.
That's why I was like, that's why that second half went the way it did, because Spain was like, this is maybe they weren't ready for that change, but they never adjusted. That's why it was Colombia's on the front foot the whole second half, because you saw Rios with the ball out wide, you saw James coming back to get the ball, you saw Arias dominating areas too, and it's like, oh, this is not the game plan that we had or that we saw in the first 45, which credit to Nestor Lorenzo for being able to kind of switch that on the fly.
And this is where I want James to play. Like you mentioned, him being able to come down, get the ball, asociarse con los jugadores, not receiving it all the way at the 9 position alone with nobody. He has to be able to receive with players in front of him. That's when he's dangerous, and that's when we need. That's the James that we need. But on top of that, it shows how fit he is. Está en forma. Yeah. Está muy buen forma el man, and that's what we needed. I feel like before he wasn't in that great of a form, bro. You could tell his legs were a little heavy. I mean, he still had the left, but his legs were heavy, man, to go back and forth.
¿Qué opinas?
Ron está callado.
But why do you say that? I mean, he's just started playing again with Sao Paulo. Back then, he's playing regularly. ¿No parece como extraño o no?
What do you mean?
That James was playing regularly with Sao Paulo back then, if you're referring to the past qualifiers.
Yeah, but still, man, it just seems slow, bro. To me, he seems slow. To be able to go up and down. It could have been Barranquilla.
More confident in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a desgaste, bro. It's like, to that point, right? It depends where you're playing, obviously, but a desgaste of like having to do a little too much, and that's not naturally kind of his traits or his role. Like, you see how comfortable he was in when he went in that second half. Like, he was come back at the ball, control. It's just what he does, man. It's not like it's anything abnormal for him. And I think that, I mean, obviously playing 45 minutes compared to 90 is not the same, but it preserves him because he's not having to waste too much energy going forward because he's starting to play. Now, if he, like you said, if he's getting the ball midfield and he's se está asociando con la gente, then he's able to get into the play, but he doesn't have to be on that front line. He could come in as a secondary
by himself,
and kind of contribute there. So, I mean, his movements were clear, everything. I mean, I don't have to repeat anything about James. You see the jersey. Ya dije todo lo que necesitaba decir.
Yeah, and then obviously that took a lot of pressure off of Lucho, where he could receive in space. That's how the goal, nace el gol. Of course, Lucho did his thing. You know how crazy it is for you to juke someone out and their shin guard to come out? You know how insane, how quick you have to be? Like, I've never seen that happen.
The Lucho highlight reel is already disgusting, bro. There's too many
Bro,
defenders.
Question: How many times did you guys rewind that? Bro. Did you watch that goal? How many times from like start to finish? You know, like usually you kind of like rewind it or you fast forward it a little bit just to watch a part. How many times did you watch that goal, bro? Like from the back.
A lot. Yeah, because started with Arias, right? Arias was the one that got into the ball.
Started with Arias, bro. Playing simple pass to be able to get out of reduced spaces. No, pero también un golazo. ¿Qué tal como la recibía? He did a little heavy, a little pause. No,
it reminds me of that goal against Poland in the World Cup. Yeah. That same type of pass or something.
And the thing is, the finish. I mean, I don't want to say it was easy because Dani like.
We know,
and I feel like we're so excited because it's Lucho and James like in the plan. Like, yo, that was a hard finish, bro. Like all around. Like, I have one of my boys, Cuban. Shout out to Diego if he's still here. Our boy Damian. He hits me. He's like, he hit me later that night. Like, yo, that goal was crazy. Like I think he had just seen that. I'm like, bro, that highlight reel, bro. That's nasty. It was nasty.
No, everything, and even like the crowd reaction, bro. Like
the crowd reaction was
their
insane,
arms going
bro.
up, bro. The players celebrating with the crowd, like it was just so magical, man. Like the jerseys are instant classic. I'm telling you, bro. It's the black orange, bro.
We gotta rock that. Like we gotta rock that, bro. We gotta rock that.
La camisa del centro. I still don't like them, man. But I was telling everyone I like the shorts, the little orange stripe on the shorts. It goes well with the jersey, but.
No, I like the jersey. I like the jersey, bro.
Sí, está heavy. Y Camilo Vargas in the first half, he saved us a couple times. Yeah, I know.
Olio.
That one save he had off the volley. Crazy amount of speed in
Iba a ser un golazo.
Sí. But we got San Camilo in the back to save us.
Made me wonder a lot of things.
Like what?
That's enough. I'm not gonna get to that. But how pathetic? No, I was playing with that. Let's move on because the goal is amazing. That goal is amazing. Like everyone said on the chat, I think the midfield, that's it. That's how, and you saw, ese es el fútbol de Colombia, con el balón, tocándola, jugando bonito, acariciando el balón, toque, pum, pam, buscando los espacios. I have one thing that I didn't like about the second half, and it goes to kind of what Andy said, a certain side. Yeah. If you notice, it's still Casierra. Don't get me wrong. I didn't think he didn't do bad because demostró que he was down defending. Demostró garra. I think he had 1-1-1. He took it all the way down. However, it's still not his position. So like it goes back to like the whole conversation. What can we do about that right side, bro? Because it's still very one-sided. Apart from if it's not Dani Munoz making that run. You see what I'm saying? The ball goes over, and it's like, oof, that was a crazy play.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd love to see Asprilla on that side as well. He's someone that can combine, right? Like, I would like to see it creative. You got a winger that dribbles, that takes on defenders on the left, and you got one that creates and can do the same on the right. That'd be great. Asprilla, I think, can be that guy. I don't know, but he hasn't seen minutes under Nestor Lorenzo.
La falta que hace Cuadrado, man. I think about that so much now where I'm like, yo, Cuadrado just I don't know, he just provided so much, man. He's provided so much on that side, pero there has to be a fix because I think that if we go into Copa America with kind of that same, I guess, dilemma, that's not going to be ideal, man.
They're going to lock us down, bro. They're going to lock us down. Because what are you going to put? Just Casierra on the right? It's another Borré on the right, bro. Unfortunately. Not to bag on them. They're just natural nines. Like, they have to be able to the back and forth, the showing something different. Like back in the day, like John Alejandro Zapata says, like the Zúñiga, like even something that provides a spark on the right side that takes away from Lucho. Unfortunately, with Spain, Lucho was just unstoppable, bro. Segundo tiempo. He showed signs. I feel like he showed signs in the first half because he's gonna 1-on-1. He's gonna beat you. It's the second and third and fourth. He had like 4 in the second half. And in the first half. In the second half, he only had 2. Y parce, lo está comiendo. Está imparable Lucho, weón.
Antonio dice, does Asprilla play? If Asprilla plays as James, I think they can coexist.
If Asprilla plays as James, yeah, they can coexist. In Watford, he plays on the wing. He plays more of a winger position.
I like what Andres says that Lucho James Asprilla line would be cool to see, just to try it out, man.
Nah, see, Serrano needs to stay healthy.
Another one I
As much
talked
as we
about.
don't have many
I talked
games.
about him a few episodes ago. Like I really like him, bro. Like that's a player that
I
could.
know, man. Ese me duele. Ese me duele because that's literally like Lucho's carbon copy on the right. That could be Lucho's carbon copy on the right side. But that's not neither here nor there. Parceros, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Lo bueno, muchachos. What was the good of the match? Was it Nestor's adjustments? Was it
You know that's mine.
James?
You know that's
Was
mine.
it Daniel Munoz's finish? Was it the crowd? What do you guys think?
I mean, there's a lot of good that happened, but to me,
I'll keep beating the dead horse, man. Is the conversation around James has been what has been over so many years now, and once again he puts that Colombia shirt on. He comes into a game. He has a game changing, not just a game changing play. He has a game changing effect off rip. I don't know what else people need to see. What else people need to. I don't know. I don't know what other proof there needs to be for people to. I think the perception has changed, luckily, and a lot of Colombians are starting to be like, okay, now we're starting to see what we know from him. But I just don't know why people. I do know why people were at a certain stage back then. But it's just it's undeniable. There's nothing else to say about him.
What about you, Ronald?
For me, lo bueno, bro, the finish, bro. The finish and the celebration. It's been a moment. It's been a while since we last felt like that. Well, not really against Brazil, I guess. But I was at the airport. And that's another here or there.
Oof.
But those moments
crazy.
where it's just like the aura and you feel like this is a legendary win, like it's a legendary moment, one that will live on for the rest of our times. I will look back and think about, even if it's just a friendly or whatever.
Friendly
First time beating Spain and the way we did it with that golazo in the crowd, 30,000 Colombians in London going crazy. I think that was lo bueno para mí.
Knowing that they were putting their starters in over the second half, and even the starters couldn't adjust. Pero no, you guys already know the winner for me. I'll be bagging on Nestor Lorenzo. I gotta give him his flowers. That adjustment, man, in the midfield, and I think that's how we gotta play, bro. That's exactly how we gotta play. Poniendo la gente que puede jugar. Bringing James down, not playing him as a 9 with no options. Literally bringing him down and giving space for Lucho to thrive. Eso es lo bueno para mí. Even though I did see. Go ahead.
No, que dice la gente en el chat. Que lo bueno, Diego Rodríguez dice, good James, Muñoz, el mejor Camilo Vargas. I wonder how the game would have played out if we would have conceded that goal Camilo saved.
Yeah, John Alejandro Zapata.
Great.
I like what John Alejandro Zapata says.
Muy firmes. And that's the center back pairing for the future. So it's good to see them together, getting that run and looking as good as they did for sure.
Facts.
Bueno, muchachos, lo malo.
To me, it's what Danny was just talking about, the opposite of that. It's still the first half. And I don't think, because we joked about it, like Colombia is now becoming a second half team, which is not a terrible thing per se, because that says a lot about a coach being able to actually have an effect on a game, which is good. But the only thing that scares me is we can't be giving away too many first halves in Copa America, because teams are going to take advantage of that. If Lorenzo's trying to figure out things from the start and hoping on a 45 minutes, like a trial error almost, and seeing what happens and then changing in the locker room, I'm not confident when you get into deep stages of Copa America, assuming Colombia makes a run to quarterfinals, semifinals, whatever, to be having that. And we've seen it a little too much where we've given away first halves, and then great, we talk about the changes and that's all fun, but we need to have that from the beginning, in my opinion.
Thanks. Ronald?
For me, Carrascal, bro. As much as we hype him up, we like seeing him, his flashiness, whatever, Nestor Lorenzo gives him the confidence to start. Aprovecha la oportunidad, pa. O sea, you gotta take these advantages and run with it, man. These opportunities and run with it. So no se mostró. He didn't combine well, didn't progress the ball, didn't retain the ball well. Maybe he's out of form. Maybe he wasn't feeling it. Maybe it was just one off. But I think now he's kind of lost his if he had any chance of starting any matches in Copa America, he's out of the running of that at the 10 position.
How does that play with somebody like Quintero on the bench, man? Like Quintero has the experience with Colombia, has the experience worldwide now, I guess, and has that quality. Like that's a player that it could easily be a fight of like, hey, we're looking at Quintero or Carrascal because of a showing like this. Maybe Lorenzo's like, let me go Quintero instead.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him. Yeah, I see it as a negative as well, like I mentioned earlier. Yes, he didn't have the same adjustments in the same pairing, kind of like tactical pairing in the midfield to kind of help him out, but still, man, like you gotta be that guy. You gotta be Arias, you right? In that midfield at least to kind of connect. And he wasn't it. For me, the bad's still that right side. It's still non-existence. It worked porque I mean, because Lucho's unstoppable right now, bro, in a 1-on-1. Like right now, he's one of the best in the world. Like if he fixes his finishing, like bro, like on some like Mbappe level, bro. Like hot take. I'm serious. That's one of the things that Mbappe is known for, right? Speed and 1-on-1 will kill you, and then but like no la perdona. And I feel like that's what Lucho's missing. It's that last piece because he's showing time and time again in the Premier against his teams that he's gonna kill you in the 1-on-1, if he's giving space and putting in those scenarios. So that's what Nestor Lorenzo has to do, and I think having a right side is detrimental for that. So.
Off topic, but when was the last time you saw a player like Lucho that every time he gets the ball, you're like excited to see what he comes up with, like on some like Ronaldinho type shit, like. I don't know the last time I saw a player where every time he gets the ball, he's gonna do something.
Apart from Messi, you can't say Messi. Messi doesn't count.
Does Ronaldo
You talking about Colombian? You talking about Colombian?
No,
or
just
like
in general, bro. To be honest,
maybe if you don't count Ronaldo, then I don't know because Ronaldo, when he was on the wing, when he got the ball in those Madrid years when they were running through Champions League, bro, I was like, he's about to do something crazy every time he touches.
El Fenómeno?
No,
Ronaldo. Cristiano. See, El Fenómeno was like that for me. El Fenómeno. Colombian Asprilla. It just reminds me of Asprilla, just tiene gambeta and he's just fast. He could beat you on the 1-on-1. It's exciting, bro.
The way the game is right now, it's so modern, so tactical, so technical that like there are opportunities for wingers to express themselves or players in general to express themselves the way they used to. So like seeing a Lucho is so refreshing. Yo, we're so lucky to have him, bro.
Yeah, man. That's all we gotta give him the tools, bro. I've been saying we gotta give him the tools. Pero bueno, off topic.
Yo no sé, lo malo, la manera que venimos aprovechando delanteros, hace cuánto no tenemos un 9 goleador en la selección.
De acuerdo, John. Eso más claro imposible. That's the once again when you think about big teams in tournaments and you think about big teams around the world, that's a position that's 99% always solidified. The teams that win tournaments, the teams that make runs in tournaments have 9s that are solidified. And for Colombia, somebody asked me the other day, it was like, who's Colombia's like forward? Like who's? And I was like, that's a great question, bro. I don't know. It's a rotating, revolving door, and it's too much talent to beat the dead horse again. It's too much talent that we have to not have un nueve que we know we could rely on in and out like we used to with Falcao. But vamos a ver qué pasa.
Vinny? Nah, I don't know.
Sí, Vinny aguanta. I like that dancer, bro. I F with Vinny, bro.
Is Zapata finished strong with Torino? He needs to be on the roster this summer.
I like Zapata, bro. I like Zapata.
Es que, bro, it's hard to compare.
Like bro.
It's hard to compare last qualifying rounds to like this team right now because it's just it's a completely different team. So like I don't know. Maybe like he could do well here, but it's like, do we really want to give him another chance, man? No sé.
What
muchachos. Lo feo del partido.
I haven't
Mojica.
¿Qué?
They almost had that. They almost had that highlight reel, bro. Andy, I know you don't forget about that, bro.
I was hyped, bro. I was hyped.
That Mojica casi la caga in the first half, bro. He like for no reason just like a flying karate kick trying to clear a ball and he completely missed it.
No, para mí lo feo is the reaction of the American sports outlets, like on Twitter, to the Colombian fan base. Like they're shocked that we were able to put numbers, that we were cheering the way we were cheering, that London was a party. Like, bro, like where have you been, bro? Like, of course I know we didn't make it to Qatar, but yo, like look at 2014, party in Brazil. 2018, party in Russia. Like, yo, everywhere we go, we put numbers. It's a party. It's great vibes. We're gonna show out. Like, and that's just that foreshadows what's to come in Copa America, bro. Like America has no idea how we're gonna turn up, and especially if Colombia performs, oof, which I think they will, eso va a ser una fiesta. So yeah, para mí lo feo is that, like, yeah, they're shocked, like, wow, Colombia didn't know they were doing that. Like, bro, get out of here.
They're sleeping.
Yeah, how many games undefeated? How many games undefeated?
19 games undefeated, bro. Bueno, pero muchos son amistosos. We're the kings of amistosos, bro.
Nah, hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Andy, but what was the ugly for you?
Mine was what I was just talking about, what Joan mentioned about the 9. Like, I still think that's just, I don't know, that to me, I understand the way that the tactics get broken down, and sometimes, like we say, Casierra's at a disadvantage in a certain format, or sometimes Borré was at a disadvantage getting thrown out to the right. Pero, hermano, like, once again, do you go to Copa America? Are you gonna start a new 9? It's the same thing with the U.S., man. You think about who's gonna be the 9 for the U.S. national team. It's always a revolving conversation. It's been that for like years now, and it's like, bro, every game to go in and say, oh, I wonder who's gonna start up top. I don't feel confident with that, man. I think, and it's not, I think, on any player. I mean, we've seen Borré, we've seen Sinister. I mean, we've seen Casierra a little bit. Zapata had a chance.
Córdoba.
They all score. These are all good players that do well individually, but when we go through the run of the last qualifying cycle, when they're missing wide open nets, and it's just like, man, who's going to be the one that steps up and is really like, because if you think about somebody like Falcao, man, imagínate uno, Falcao sentado mirando like, yo, lo que le hace falta a este equipo is somebody that, I mean, Falcao is different, but un jugador que lo tenga acá para meterlo, weón, and nah, yo, so I don't know, man. I see. Pero, nah, it's true. I think to me, that's okay. Like, and the thing and it goes, I was gonna add this part too. Like, I'm happy that the goal was amazing, that it played out the way it did, but Papi, like 1-0, and we have to have a defender score. Like, that goes to show, like, yo, we need a little bit more cohesion and progression from second, third, man. Like, it's a great goal, and I like it, but I still think we need that.
To me, that's not a hot take. We're still missing a goal.
Yeah.
We're still missing that goal.
Yo, and he looks like he's getting choked by that jersey, bro. Yeah, like every time I look over,
he's mad, bro. Right? Don't he look mad, yo, bro?
He's just mad.
Lo veo.
Bro.
Lo veo. Andy's jersey choking him.
Literal. No, lo feo es que, like Andy mentioned earlier, estamos regalando first halves, bro. Like, still, bro, and it's been like that since the start of La Lorenzo Neta. So can't keep getting away with it.
Are you guys on La Lorenzo Neta still or no?
Ya me quité los zapatos y todo, hermano.
You comfy? Well, James is playing well. You know you comfy, bro.
I'm gonna go to the front soon. You know, I was sitting in the back before, but now I'm gonna start making my way up and get closer to the driver.
Yo, I can't find the graphic, bro. La Lorenzo Neta.
No.
El borrón está.
Sí.
No, aquí. Okay.
You see what Jerry has out there? That's where I'm at.
Yo, I gotta update this real quick. I was not in the.
Yeah,
he's not
bro.
conducting anymore.
Yo, you got Wilmer Barrios, like, bro.
Yo, James needs to come back on.
Yeah, we gotta put him on.
An update.
You put him on the front?
Claro.
You gotta put Camilo. Pero no. See, now going forward, how you guys see going forward? We play in Romania tomorrow. Our old historic. I don't know if it was an enemy or you consider an enemy, but somebody they had our number. They had our number though, bro. And every World Cup, bro, we used to always get lined up against them. Parce, son manes la tenían montada, bro. I'll never forget Hagi. I still remember that Hagi goal. I mean, I was mad little. I was like 3, bro. One of the first goals that I remember, bro. Just over the top on Oscar Córdoba. The The real no. That was sad. Sad moments.
I think tomorrow has to be a little bit of a rotation. See a few different players in there.
1000%.
See what some players could give. I wouldn't mind seeing Asprilla. I wouldn't mind seeing Quintero get some run at some point. I was telling Torran, like, the bench was. Do they not have like the bench? Everybody's just on the bench. Did nobody go to that tribuna in friendlies? Because I was like, bro, we have a crazy bench. Like the way Rios came into the game, I wouldn't even mind seeing him start and see him get it from the beginning.
Facts.
Really good. So yeah, there's definitely some options for rotations. I think there's a lot of good players there that could kind of show. I mean, at this point, this is an audition for everybody. Like it's an audition for everybody to make Copa America roster. So the same way when we're mentioning Carrascal, maybe not taking his chances is the best way. The next one up, he might do so. So yeah, I would like to see I would like to see a lot of rotation for tomorrow's game.
I want to see.
Who are you guys starting, Carrascal or Juanfer?
Wow, hay que darle la pelota a Juan, la pelota al 10. But before that, like Andy was saying, I would like to see rotation, but also solidify some of those starters. Some starters, for example, like that Cuesta Lucumí line. I want to continue to give him. Hay que darle rodaje. Like they gotta continue. Yeah, don't touch that center back so they can keep you to talk. They can get their reps in. I saw somebody, Diego said, start Rios. Like, yo, let's give that Lerma, Rios, even Arias a shot. You know what I'm saying? Or not Lerma, Castaño, Rios, Arias. See how they fit. You know what I mean? At least for a half. As far as giving those guys that came in the second half or whatever, continuidad. I think James is good. I think I mean we could start from the back. I'll start with Juanfer Quintero, bro, over James. But from the back, you guys, you think they're gonna come out with Ospina? It's a high probability, bro. I think there's a high probability. Conociendo a este man, papi, David Ospina. Like, I'm telling you, bro.
This would have been a great match for Kevin Mier to get his first start.
Yes, bro.
Yes. No, go Camilo Vargas. I think he goes with Camilo Vargas.
No. I don't think he'll go with Camilo Vargas, bro. I think he'll go with. To be honest, like I honestly think he's gonna go to Ospina, bro. I want him to go with Montero. I want him to go with Montero. He needs to get his reps, bro.
I like what Diego says here about maybe Mosquera on the right. I would like to see Mosquera get a little bit of burn. I think he deserves it. Definitely see what he has to give to, because he had a few chances and he looked a little shaky, but I think he's a good player, and I think this is a perfect game for him to get that start. Get
Mosquera or Santi Arias on that right?
No, Mosquera. I want to see Mosquera on the right.
I love Arias. Yeah, I think Mosquera.
You got to get Mosquera on the right. So you guys play in the back?
Lucumí, Cuesta, they got to get the reps in. Like you said, bro.
I would keep the center. I would keep the whole back line the same and just change the right and give Donnie a rest and either go Mosquera or Arias. But I would go Mosquera, but he's probably gonna go Arias because I think he has more confidence in him.
Nah, I would put Cabal on the left, even though I think he's gonna go with Fuentes because he's getting a lot of talk with media. You know how it is, and he's getting a lot of backlash because he doesn't use people from the Colombian league. But I want to see Cabal on the left, Mosquera on the right. Don't touch Cuesta. But would you guys say who's going to start for the goalkeeper?
Camilo.
Run.
Sí, Camilo Vargas. There's no point of Montero starting either.
I will put Montero. Boom. What'd you guys say about the left?
I stay with Mojica. I keep the whole back line the same besides the right.
Yeah, I stay with Mojica as well.
I'll put Cabal, bro. I'll put Cabal because I want to see if Cabal moves better than Mojica. Because if you think about it, I don't think Mojica's a starter, bro. We still got Machado and Borja over him. So I think in the fight it's gonna be between the other guy that plays and Mojica.
Yeah, my thing is there might be too many moving parts in that back line or in the whole starting 11 to switch out every single position player by player. I would stay Mojica because he's probably gonna be the one going to Copa America.
Yeah, I would say that I'm in agreement with Ron. I would change a lot instead of the back line, but I would keep the back line mostly the same, and then have a different person start at right besides Munoz. Not for, obviously, even Danny played a great game. It's not for any specific reason. It's just to give Jerison.
No, you got to give him. And then speaking of Danny, bro, I forgot to mention earlier, bro, that run, speaks to you what the Premier League's doing to that guy. Remember how we say like, was the move good for him to go to Crystal Palace? Man, that's a result. Results are showing like that's a great move for him. Great move. You show like he's just that's confidence, bro. That goal, parce, no cualquiera te hace un golazo así. That's pure confidence, bro, that he's gained in the Premier League, bro. That's him.
So there's that for the back. I'm starting Rios. I'm starting Rios in that defensive midfield this game for sure. I think that he was really good coming in, like I mentioned, and I think he's just a good player in general. I think it'd be good to see him from the beginning and see what he could give before maybe Lorenzo has to make subs in the second half or whatever. So I go with Rios, and I'll probably, I guess I'll probably keep Lerma out there as well. I think that's a good constant to have.
Yeah, I agree with you with Rios. His defensive skills surprised me because he was going in the second half. He was going against Nico Williams, and he defended him really well. He defended him well, so that surprised me because I knew we know him as the TikToker / futsal guy, but defensively he was solid, and of course we know what he could do with the ball in his feet. So that's definitely a plus. I would also start him in that kind of 3 position on the right side. I would add Castaño. I would let Castaño go with him.
Cada vez que he's a TikTok guy, bro. Of course you gotta start him. Puro marketing.
And with Castaño, I'll put Castaño. Ben, let Lerma rest. Lerma is indiscutible. I'll put Castaño in that 5 role with Arias, bro. You can't touch Arias. He's an anchor in that middle. What about you, Ron?
Bro, see Arias, Castaño y Rios in the middle. That's the same way we came out in the second half. Swapping out Lerma for Castaño. I like that shape.
I agree.
It gives that freedom for our wingers at the top. Not even for Lucho, not necessarily Casierra, but it gives that freedom for Lucho, bro, because he was free, bro. He was able to kind of stay up. You know what I mean? Because the formation's like that 3-1-2, kind of like wide. So I like that, bro. Like you said, Ron. The next one, that one, el pivot, Quintero. Sí, tiene que ir Quintero. And he's gonna play James again, bro. Papi, no ponga James tanto que nos lesiona, weón. You know James? Nos lesiona,
weón. I start James and then give Quintero the second half. Not the whole second half, like 60, like.
También.
I'm just a big fan of. I'm a big fanboy. The same way you are with James, I'm with Quintero, bro.
Okay, I love Quintero, bro. I don't. If anybody doesn't like Quintero, I don't know who you're a fan of because that's probably one of the easiest players to enjoy. But after seeing James the way he played that second half, I think you give him the start, and then you definitely, to me, the next sub would be Quintero for sure.
This kid doesn't have the streets like Aguilar does.
That's a name I didn't expect to see today. Damn.
Alito Aguilar de Deportivo Cali.
Bueno, seguimos. Who's next?
You guys both go Quintero for the start?
Yeah.
Sí, hay que jugar a Quinterito.
Whoever's listening doesn't know these guys are mad Argentinian or Argentine. These guys over here, Boludos United. So, no, mentira. Ese man is un crack.
Bro, papi, Quintero, bro.
No, chimba. I told you, I'm never against anything with Quintero, bro, for sure.
Well, he's a Medellin fan too, bro.
Claro. Parcero mío. Yo lo vi en diciembre también por ahí.
Sí, en cromático, ¿qué?
No. He's a little more serious than some of the players we saw in the now, bro.
he bougie.
Sí.
You saw my restaurant or what?
Hombre, está por ahí. No pregunté.
Añay. Una isla.
Bueno, Juan Pérez in the middle, up top, or who you got?
The wingers, right?
Jacet, right. I'm going with Jacet, bro.
You gotta play Jacet, bro. It's like you have to, I feel like the world expecting Jacet to play, bro. It's time. A Lucho, you gotta give Lucho some rest, bro. Ese man ha estado jugando. Like, let him rest, bro. Let him sit. Like he did his job. He did his what's it called? He got the schedule full. Like, he's good. He's got to rest. ¿Quién fue el que dijo por ahí?
Liverpool's got a bunch of games coming up.
No, wow.
Yeah,
A lot of their fans on Twitter too are expecting for him to sit this one out. So
yeah, and even if
no,
he does,
yeah,
it's not necessary, man. And even if you play him like 20 minutes at the end too, it's like it's cool, but you don't need to.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. I admit, like at most, like all right, give him a little bit at the end, but it's not necessary at all.
So you put Jacet on the Jacet usually plays on the right at Watford. So who do you put on the left? Or do you put Jacet on the right? And but to me, he's gonna put Casierra or Borrell on the right, bro. You know what's gonna happen. One of the strikers is gonna play on the right side. Watch.
It's probably gonna be Borrell. It'll probably be Borrell. Pero
o que nos salga con Quinterito y James ahí en el medio tan.
Uy, bro.
Y in a true nine.
That's
y Casierra arriba.
That's what I said in the preview to the first game, dog. So, man.
This is the game. That's the game. Este es el partido to like see how that would work.
Yeah.
Like on some Poland stuff. Y'all remember that Poland game? To me, that's like the best. That's one of the first time we've seen them both on the field, right? Apart from that one qualifier that they played, everyone was playing everywhere.
That midfield line in that Poland game was disgusting, bro. So good. So good.
And everything happened porque Abelito Aguilar se lesionó, papá.
Se sacrificó.
For the greater good.
For the greater good, unfortunately. Hey, but you know who came in and sub him on and it fixed the game? Your boy Mateus Uribe. Mateus fixed the game. Mateus fixed the game, bro.
They're saying he's coming back right before Copa America.
I don't doubt it, bro.
No, parce, la vaina es que lo convocan y le dan el capitán, güey.
He already has a spot on the Lorenzoneta. He's the first.
La Lorenzoneta. Don't take him out of the illustration, bro. Because
put him put him the first one. He belongs to be in that first spot, bro.
Dang, bro.
We'll
see. Now, I'm excited. I'm excited about tomorrow. I'm excited to see the subs. I'm excited to see what formation and what Nestor Lorenzo tries to do.
Romania is also on like this undefeated run, right? How many games?
How many games, Ron?
I don't know. You had the
12 games undefeated.
Yeah.
12 games undefeated. A lot of them were ties too. I mean, it's kind of like us. A lot of friendlies, a lot of ties.
That's all right.
But still, man, they haven't lost.
They beat Switzerland recently, so Switzerland's a decent team in Europe. We don't know much about Romania, right? It's not like there's huge team, big team, or like the underdogs they were in the 90s.
Yeah,
but we've never beaten them either. So
I feel like it'll be a good test, and you got to obviously keep the energy from beating Spain, and you're at the team is definitely on a high. It's always funny, like remember the last qualifying cycle where like after every loss or whatever, it's Cuadrado and whoever like put in their Instagram posts and like Dios, like que Dios guíe el camino, whatever. I mean, that's typically what they usually do. But like after this, like Spain game, everybody's like all excited on IG. You see them all posting selfies.
Yeah,
like it's a change in mentality, bro. It's like, and that's good.
Everyone posted a picture, bro. Yeah, everyone had a picture on IG.
So and even la selección, the official count, they got like music in the background now.
Yo, they're playing the music. What's all that about? What's that about? Did they get bagged for not playing music or what? Was it wrong music?
I don't know, bro. Colombia has too much culture, too many musicians, exactly. So much music in so many genres that they got to start exploding that. I like it.
Games being played in Madrid, right? So you could expect another pretty heavy Colombian crowd at a beautiful stadium in Madrid, which I got to visit last year, which is a really nice place.
Okay.
Quizás.
Quick flex.
I should be excited, man. It should be a good game for sure.
Yeah, the crowd should be crazy, man. Yo, if there were 30,000 in London, man, like Spain's gonna be like 50,000 Colombians. Like it's about to be crazy.
And then all the Spanish locals in there mad that we beat them a few days ago. Gonna go watch them. Gonna go watch Colombia beat Romania too.
I know. Score predictions. What do you guys think?
2-0.
Yeah, that sounds safe. I was thinking the same thing. 2-0 sounds safe. 2-0. But I feel like, because I was gonna say maybe Colombia will let up a goal, but if they keep the same defensive line in there, like I think they will, besides one or two changes at most, they could get away with another clean sheet, because I said defensively, and we've been talking about this coming into like this cycle. Like defensively, they've been pretty solid, man. Like I know with Jerry Mina and Davinson Sanchez, we always joked around like having like fear of how secure they were, but defensively,
they've been solid too. They were solid too.
Even with them, even with them. So yeah, I like 2-0. I like 2-0. That's a good shot.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends how Colombia comes out.
¿Qué dice la gente en el chat? You are confident?
But with the confidence Colombia's going with or rolling with, I say, I don't know, like 2 or 3-0. I'll say 3-0 to be different.
I hope so. I mean, we're playing with a lot of swag in the second half. But yeah, we need goals. So hopefully, like, they start scoring.
You know who's...
Hey, but you already know the probability of us winning. We're the... If there was I saw a meme. If there was a World Cup of friendlies, papi. We'll take the cup, bro.
Yeah, I said that last episode, bro. King of friendlies, bro.
King of
for
friendlies,
sure.
Bro. King of
Por lo menos
friendlies.
estamos dando algo. Better that way than losing friendlies or like...
Es que la vaina es que nos ilusiona y luego...
Bro, that's a problem, bro. Like, when it comes to official stuff, like, Copa America low-key scares me, bro. Like, historically, when it comes to tournaments, we're not that solid. Like, we're not that solid.
This is our year, bro. This is our year.
Que sea lo que Dios quiera.
Que sea lo que Dios quiera, siempre.
This is our year for Copa America, bro. I'm telling you. Messi's a lot more injured. Messi's a lot more injured than they want us to believe, and that's gonna have an effect in the summer for sure. And Brazil is not strong right now, and that's it. That's all I have to worry about. Uruguay doesn't exist. I was like, nah, it's gonna be a good tournament, man. But I'm confident for real in Colombia this summer. Sure.
It's like the most even level playing field out of like the contenders between Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, and let's say Colombia too.
Oh, and you gotta say like the CONCACAF teams are gonna come in and have something to say too, man. Like, you know,
what are they gonna say, bro?
No, but after listen,
what is Mexico gonna say?
After the U.S. beating Mexico for this for that made-up trophy again, like they're gonna it's a home tournament for them, bro. They're gonna come in hot, and I know you guys are shaking your head at the U.S. men's national team, bro. Like they're gonna come in hot. It's a very talented team, very talented roster. Like they're gonna have something to say for sure, man. It's not just that South America is gonna dominate this tournament. I believe that. Despierta, viejo, flaco.
No, bro. CONCACAF.
Sí, no, don't do that. No. Estamos a decir que Costa Rica is gonna beat us.
I didn't say Costa Rica. I'm just saying somebody's got that team.
Bro, USA son unos pecho frío, man. Like USA. I know they got okay, Pulisic.
They got a squad.
Pero bro, es que
no, they got a squad. They got Gio. I asked for Gio.
Gio Reyna, come on, man. Tyler Adams, Weston McKinney, they got a squad, bro. They got a lot of good players.
El parcero McKinney, el panita Cuadrado.
I'm not saying they're better than the South American Giants. I'm just saying it's a tournament. It's at home. They're going to be hyped. Like, they might have something to say. Mexico has a lot to prove, and if they come into this tournament trying to hopefully not fire another coach, they're going to come in with something to say. I don't think they will, but hey, man, never know. I don't believe that either. I didn't say they were gonna win Copa America. Trust me, I didn't say that. Don't get it twisted. That's not what I said either. I'm just saying, we're talking about just the big team in South America. It's not just that.
Es que México se cree potencia mundial y no son potencia ni con CONCACAF. Bro, you saw Julián Quiñones score for them? Crazy, no?
Yo, he played. Ese tipo juega mucho, man.
That's crazy. Their best number 9 is or their best player is Colombian. He's not even a top 7 striker in Colombia. I'd say.
Ay, ama. Voy a hacer comentario.
Last time Mexico played Copa América, Chile le metió 7. Uy, verdad, man. Mi novio es de Costa Rica, el 28 de julio nos vamos a pelear.
De que le
duro. Pégale duro.
Eso me gusta.
Which will be there in Phoenix.
Epa. Se armó la fiesta.
And we may or may not be doing a ticket giveaway, but that's not in here. We'll talk about that later. For whoever wants to go. They verán.
And whoever wants to go to Cartagena as well, muchachos. Estamos armando un viaje a Cartagena.
Mayo 2 a mayo 6. Hay chita rumbera, botecito, cositas.
information on our website if you guys want to check it out. Come through.
And Instagram, come through. Para que vengan a parchar con los parceros. We're taking a dope little crew.
Sí,
Pero bueno.
Y luego en diciembre a Medellín, era Chromatic.
Pero just we'll talk to Andy about that. Andy, give him your socials.
El que quiere ir al parche de Medellín en diciembre, apenas es decir que yo los mando para donde sea.
Esperando que nos invite a un parchecito en el barrio, bro. Allá
Parce, ese man no invita, ese man no invita al barrio ni porque le paguen, weón. Like, bro.
No, listo.
No nos invita.
Marica nos mandaba es que fotos del sancocho en leña, que no es que.
Nah, weón.
Bacano. ¿Y eso dónde es o qué?
Sí.
Que no, bro, eso es por acá en Buenos Aires. Y yo como que, bro, sí.
Marica, solo nos invita al Poblado y a los afters de Itagüí, weón, ni nada.
Sobre todo, yo los invito hasta el Poblado, que mentira, yo al Poblado ni yo, weón, yo fui porque estaban ustedes.
He rogado.
Sí, claro.
Sí, ni a una panadería me invitan, weón, me lo tengo que invitar yo a él, weón. Yo voy a Medellín y lo invito a él a comer a la panadería, weón.
Y para la gente que va para Cartagena, el primer día llega Dani sin plata, el segundo día el que no tiene plata tampoco, entonces hay que pagarle todo, que no fue para el banco, que no tiene efectivo, entonces con eso.
Pues acaba de llegar, weón, no había sacado,
cansado, que tenía sueño, que esto que lo otro, yo normal.
Parce, yo literal llegué a Medellín a parchar con ustedes, weón. ¿A qué horas voy a sacar? Y no había efectivo, weón, no había efectivo.
Menos mal,
se la apliqué.
Por ninguna parte, menos mal.
Se la apliqué, sí, me tocó aplicarla, papá. Ay, parce, era como 3 pan de bonitos, weón.
Eso de todo.
Bueno, that's not even here there. Bueno,
muchachos.
Mañana Romania, Colombia, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30. What is it? Western Standard Time. Pacific. I forgot how it was. And I used to live in LA. ¿Qué dice Ron?
Bueno, muchachos, así como dijo mi ex, terminamos.
Ese marica tiene unos chistes tan bobos, weón.
Y yo espero que la gomita. Entonces, cuente el
Hay una vez una gomita que se comió otra gomita y se gomitó. With that being said, bro, los vemos, parceros. Like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow the homie Andy on his podcast. Tell him about your podcast, bro.
Kicking the Real, man. Kicking the Real. Appreciate it. Nice little podcast. Soccer, sports, life. I'm obviously por ahí aparece un parcero soon in the episode. And obviously, the invite for los parceros will get something going. Maybe before Cartagena, before Copa America, and we'll kick it there. So hit it up.
Check out his podcast. Gives you a lot of analysis of soccer in the U.S. You know what I mean? He invites a lot of sports analysts. You tell him.
So he says people doing, in media, doing good things. Hopefully try to get some players on there soon. Friends doing stuff in the community. Just a nice mixture of a lot of different things, bro.
Me contaron que va a aparecer es que Dairo Moreno.
No. No. Dairo shows up, we're just going to be taking shots at Guado for an hour.
Literal. Uy, no, qué perdición. Pero bueno, parceros. La buena, like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitter, como le digan.
Bueno, nos vemos.
Dios me lo bendiga.
Shout out to everyone that showed up.